bringing the people behind our food to life.
The way that we like to do it, a lot of instructions will tell you to like make an X. Most people that are into this professionally would cut the chestnut either like this, all the way around, and then it opens up very nicely when it roasts. Or another type of cut is what I call the clamshell cut, and this is the one we use at the market, where we cut around like that. And then it sort of splits open like a clam. By the way, another thing is this is a specialty knife made for chestnuts. When you cut the chestnut, you're trying not to cut into the nut itself, just the shell, so that a knife like this or something with a hook blade makes it nice and easy. Here we are roasting a few chestnuts. Now these have been out for 4 or 5 days anyway at room temperature, so some of the carbohydrate is converted to sugar and they've developed a little bit more flavor. And we're using this pan with holes in it. That's a traditional Italian or French chestnut roasting pan. Yeah, I made this myself, just drilled holes in a common steel pan. And the reason why you use a pan with holes in it is it will char the outside of the chestnut shell and make it quite brittle and easy to peel. And also imparts a little smoky flavor on it, so actually the flame gets on the chestnut. But you can use a cast iron pan too, and with very similar results. So we got them over the burner here, and they're partially cooked now. You can see they're getting a little charred on the outside, and that's what you want. Medium heat or so, and just get them stirred up. You see we've cut these clamshell style so that when you they open up nicely when they're cooked. Some of these alternatively we've cut with a single cut across.
Why is it important to cut them?
They'll explode if you don't cut the nuts. That's, the shell is pretty much airtight, and there's moisture inside there, and so they will pop and literally explode if you don't cut them. I've had them on the pan here for, 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes, and they're getting pretty close to being done.
How do you know they're done?
Well, you can just take one and sample it, and see. People like them. It's like any kind of food. People like them. Some like them firm. Some people like them really soft. It's just a matter of your personal taste, really, how long you cook them. But if you don't cook them, it'll be sort of like a little bit like eating a raw potato, So when they're done, see this one here, hot and steamy, and ready to eat. A little hot. I'm pretty good to handle hot stuff though. There's an inner skin here that you want to get off when you peel it. That's a bouche de Béziac. Sweet. Probably could have been cooked a little bit more though.
So it's interesting on the inside too.
Mm-hmm. Just popped out of its shell entirely. You want to take a bite? See what you think? It may not be done completely, but or it may not be quite sweet enough either yet.
Very nutty. Very nutty.
These have been not been sitting out really that long. Like I said, they generally take.
But they're not a nut. They're
like a grain on a tree.
Okay.
Then nutritionally like brown rice. Like I said, here's another. Steaming hot.
Is that a different variety?
Bouche de Béziac.
I'll try it.
The idea is to, let them sit out at room temperature until they kind of get their maximum sweetness. And you just generally judge that. I mean, you can sample them raw and kind of know when they're ready to cook, when they start to get sweet. But then other than that, you sort of squeeze the nut, and when it starts to give a little bit, and gets a little kind of, I guess, spongy, for the lack of a better word, it's usually ready to cook. And you see, as they start to cook more, you can see more shells are starting to open up now. And that kind of is a judge too of when they're done. These are great with a glass of red wine, like this. One of my favorite ways to use them is to put them in soups. You can go ahead and cook them like this, and then, cut them up, cook them with vegetables. Commonly, people like them a lot with Brussels sprouts, sauteed with Brussels sprouts. They go with pork and lamb and duck and meats like that. People even chop them up finally and mix them with potatoes. And Karen wants one. Nope.